Hello. Well, I'm hoping my luck holds out. I'm going to attempt to do another video. It's running a little bit better. I still have pop-up ads everywhere, and I keep getting redirected, and it's a nightmare, but it's still working. I got a video up this morning, and I even was able to put the intro on, so there is some improvement. If I can just limp along with this computer for a while, you know, until I could probably get a computer for $300. I saw some at Best Buy yesterday that looked like, you know, under $300. I'm talking about a laptop with nothing, you know, nothing's fancy, just something to get me through, like, for the next year. Anyway, so I wanted to thank Disposable Gorilla for taking down that video. I didn't mean to come across like a bully, but it was very upsetting to hear somebody else talking about something very personal. I put the personal stuff out there because I know there's a lot of people that are all by themselves dealing with depression or other mental health issues that tend to make them isolated. I'm not the, you know, it's easy to think you're the only one. I know I did, but you're really not. It's an illness that causes your friends to leave. You find out real fast who your real friends are because people, well, I can't even really say that. They might be your real friends, but maybe they just can't deal. Okay, so anyway, I put the information about my battle with depression and the causes of the depression out there, hoping that what I'm learning along the way helps somebody else who might yet have things that maybe they haven't learned those things yet. You know, maybe it'll help them. I like to think that there's some good can come from everything, and even just knowing that there's other people out there dealing with the same thing, and no, you're not crazy. You know, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have a chemical imbalance, most likely, of some sort. And that's the point of me talking about my personal battles with depression, and, you know, and also the thing with my mother. There's people out there that have dealt with that kind of thing too, surviving having a mentally ill parent. It's one thing for me to put that stuff out there, and, you know, if people want to talk to me about those things, they can talk to me on my channel under the videos themselves, or private message me about them. I'm happy to talk to anybody about either my situation, or if they have a similar situation and they need someone to talk to, you know, please hit me up, send me a private message. I'd be happy, you know. But it's a different story when you go to somebody else's video and they're talking to other people about your personal illness. And I'm sorry, but the most sensitive illnesses, where I work, we have fire blocks. Break the glass. Basically, if you want to go into somebody's medical information and the diagnosis is anything remotely like mental illness or chemical dependency, it's really, really, really strict about, they want to know why you're going in there. You know, you have to identify who you are and why you're going in there. And yes, a private citizen can break HIPAA laws. A private citizen, it's you know, a private person going after you instead of a private person going after a big organization. Like if I screwed up at my job, they wouldn't go after me. I'd get fired, but they would be going after my employer. So anyway, it's just not a good idea. It's just not a good idea. Even if there isn't HIPAA, I think I could still have grounds to charge Disposable Gorilla for talking about something like that. Not just talking about me and personal stuff about me, but he had my picture up while he was doing it. You know, somebody pointed out, well, you mentioned your friend that you knew in junior high and how she had been raped. I never actually gave her real name, and you know, I could have made up the stories. I didn't have her picture up. I didn't identify her in any way. So I think it's a little different when you're talking about somebody and something really personal about somebody. You don't put their picture up while you're doing it. You know, you don't identify them. Deity free D, da 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 da, and here's her picture. You can say, well, I don't know how you would do it. I don't know how. Better just to not talk about somebody's personal stuff, you know. Disposable Gorilla, in his video, I didn't watch the whole thing because it really made me upset, but the part that I did watch, he wasn't being really mean. At least he sounded like he was going, you know, I don't want to pick on her because she's got da 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 da. All he had to do was say that. He could have said, you know, I try not to pick on her because I know she has battles. The end. That's it. That's it. And that's safe. You don't have to go into those. Yeah, she, da, da, da. Just, you don't have to get explicit about what the battles are. If somebody wants to know, they can come to my channel and listen to me talk about the battles. And that is, you know, unless I want to try to sue myself, it's okay. But it's just really, really, really not a good idea. Just FYI to people. Not a good idea to talk about other people's. You can talk about somebody being a jerk. You can talk about somebody doing some stupid thing or saying some stupid thing. Like when I said, oh, mental illness or religion is mental illness. That was a stupid thing to say because that isn't really what I was trying to say, but I didn't say it. It came out wrong and it's caused me grief ever since. You know, but that's not talking about an individual person, you know. It's when you start talking about an individual person and you don't have their permission and you're talking about an actual diagnosis that they have that's being treated, or something like the abuse that somebody has. Anyway, you just stay clear of it. There's so many other things you can do. If you don't like somebody or if you disagree with somebody, there's so many other things you can do. I didn't watch his whole video. For all I know, there was really nothing that bad about the video, but it was enough for me to feel violated when I was watching it going, holy shit, what? Why is he talking about my personal issues? It's just not good. And I asked him to take the video down. I asked him once, and then I found a thing that I copied and pasted, because we have all this stuff at my job about HIPAA, just to give him a clue that I'm not just making this up. This really exists, and you know, it just might be a good idea just not to do it. Of course, I would never file charges. The point is I could, and the point is it's not a good idea because the next person who comes along might have enough money to do that, might have enough money to hire a lawyer and file charges. I think, you know, if I did file charges and he hadn't taken the thing down, I didn't do a screen print. I didn't take a picture with my camera. I never had any intention of actually doing anything like that because I'm a nice person. But heads up, you don't do that. You don't talk about somebody's personal stuff online. You just don't do it. Bad idea. Really bad. It's not like it used to be. There's a lot of new laws. There's a lot of new stuff, and it's just not a good idea. So anyway, I just wanted to say that, you know, if he wanted to make another video and say what he wanted to say and just leave out that stuff, fine. You know, people have every right to not like me. People have every right to find fault in me and criticize me. You know, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I do things that annoy people. You know? And he has every right. Just don't put my personal stuff out there. Just don't. Don't do it to anybody else either. It's just not a good thing. Cover your ass. Don't do anything that can come back and bite you in the ass because it's not a good thing. So it's just FYI. I didn't mean to come across like I was bullying him. I just think it's something that he needed to know, that this is not, you know, there's so much you can do. Don't overstep the boundaries. And that's all I was trying to do. Take down the video and we're cool. And he did, and I thank him for it. I respect him that he did it. And that's it. So, redo the video if you want. If you still want to quibble about me, go for it. You know, actually, as much as I don't like having people talk about me and say mean things about me, it does help me get subscribers because, like I said, people like drama. I've gotten subscribers because of people bitching and moaning about me. So, hey. But anyway, this is getting long, and again, I don't know if it's gonna go. I'm gonna try, I'm gonna put it up. It's gonna take forever. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just use my computer to put videos up and use my iPad for everything else. So I can still listen to videos on my iPad, so that's a good thing. Anyway, thanks for watching if you have. Bye!